Alright. I guess we're ready to start?
Yep. Give me a countdown.
Alright. No, I normally time at a different point, but I'll just start from actual.
You can say go.
Alright, well.
You give me some slight lag.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I just started when I get control,
Oh,
so.
yeah, I know that.
So, about 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, got it.
Alright, so this is Halo 3 for the Xbox 360. If you actually, know anything about this game, you might know that this game also came out recently, got re-released as part of the Halo Master Chief Collection. And technically that version's faster, but it's dumb, I don't like it. So I play this boring old version that's in 30 FPS and not 60 and not in 1080p or whatever, and it's not remastered. It's not a big deal. It's the only trick that really you can only do on that version are dumb anyway. So the first trick that you're gonna see is just a simple movement tech. It's called slide jumping. Basically, when you hit like a slope that's going down, and then you jump right after you hit it, you get a little bit of a speed boost. You also want to hold crouch when you do it, and it gives you a bit of a boost. It's to speed up, the walking sections of this game. Because, nothing says, modern shooter as, some pointless walking around for no reason. Everyone loves that. Yeah, that's most of this level. It's just, it's probably the one that, the level that has the most movement tech to it. But, ooh. Fancy. And everything else in this level is just, simple optimization. I guess that means the blue light's on. I guess you have a donation. Sure. Read it.
We just got a €12.22 donation from Cruel, who says, "The runs are great, the cause even. Let's reach that 250 to fight cancer. Also, chat, if we reach 250 before Final Fantasy 1 starts, I'll wear that mustache I mentioned." So guys, keep donating to see a mustache. And of course, we are now at €222.22. Cruel with a 22222. Thank you so much for your generous donation.
So, you might not have really noticed it there, but I jumped on top of like a little rock in that cave, and then jumped on another rock, and then made my way across the cave that way. It's because if you hit the ground, you hit a trigger for the I guess you can call it a cutscene, or like a Cortana moment, as we like to call it. It's basically like 5 seconds of really bright lights, and like you just walk really slowly, and it's generally annoying, but it also loses you time, so you skip it, and the game's completely fine with it. It's supposed to like explain some of the story elements about the there's some AI that I don't know. I don't really know the story of this game. I just played the multiplayer. I mean, it's just, I played the multiplayer of this game a lot, and then at some point I figured out you can play the campaign too, and then you can go fast. But the story is not really anything I care about. That's the probably the most important slide jump trick in this level, at least. Obviously I use a little brute shot, like explosion, to give me an extra boost for the slide jump, to make that gap, or that jump cross that gap, and it just saves like 10 seconds because you just have to walk around, and it's really boring. I did a slide jump there. I missed. Oh well. It's fine. Now, oh, whoops. You didn't see that. Oh, nice. This is a good checkpoint. So, I guess I'll explain the amazing checkpoint system in this game. So, the game has triggers all around the level that give you checkpoints, or are supposed to trigger checkpoints, but they can be delayed by a lot of different things, including just like an enemy being too close to you, or you jumping, or just the game generally not feeling like giving you a checkpoint. It's supposed to give you a checkpoint when that cutscene starts, that I like really quickly skipped, but it didn't give me one because, you know, why would you do that? It's too logical. But yeah, checkpoints even fail during checkpoint, or during cutscenes where there's supposed to be like a guaranteed checkpoint. Who knows why that happens, but guess we'll do this again.
Come on, you dumb apes.
You can actually cross this. There you go, I got a checkpoint. You can cross this gap without like using a brute shot or a grenade, but I'm bad, so I need a crutch. I just use the brute shot. It's also important to make sure that that this guy here, he's important to the story in some way. It's called Sergeant Johnson. He is a black guy who says really black things, I guess. I think that's the extent of his personality in this game. Not being racist. That's just you can tell from the dialogue in this game that that's basically his entire, like, I don't know, his entire character, his entire purpose in this game. So, well, yeah. But if he doesn't, if they don't make it through the cave and they don't like despawn or like disappear, he won't like properly spawn in this part of the level because you're supposed to save him here. He's right there on the ground, and he'll just like the shield will not be raised, and basically you'll be stuck. You have to revert to the last checkpoint to fix it. And now you just have to kill a bunch of enemies. It's kind of iffy on like how much like killing these enemies really affects the ending of this level, because it seems kind of random at times. Someone probably has looked at the triggers and actually figured out what the actual actual trigger for the end of this level is, but essentially you want to try and kill enemies on this bridge, but it might just not do anything because you have to wait on a bunch of like a ship to show up that carries you out of the level, but sometimes he takes 30 minutes to show up, and sometimes he like immediately shows up. I don't know. Just these two, and now, oh, actually, is he there? Oh, he's actually here. Okay, we didn't take that long. Now I just have to destroy these two things, and then I can go in and end the level. If I got really lucky, I could have done a little equipment jump, which is a trick that allows me to basically double jump and get into that pelican. That's a pelican, and get into it early and finish the level early. But it's like a 1 in 10, 20 chance that one of those equipment will drop from an enemy. So I didn't get it. It's too bad. So that's Sierra. Already a really good start to this run. Already lost a minute. Actually, probably more than a minute, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, this is my favorite level, Crow's Nest. It has 2 minutes of filler, and then it has 6 minutes of actually interesting stuff. So, don't think that this is a bad level just because the first 2 minutes are kind of boring.
Point of entry, best assessment. Hangar sergeant.
I guess if you find it boring, you can kind of check out this super sick movement optimization here. You see that? I boosted off of the ceiling. It saved like a frame. It was amazing.
My fire teams are spread thin. Can't hold out forever. I need that hangar cleared for evac ASAP.
Alright, I'm gonna try to pull off the first launch. This is kind of a difficult one. You throw a nade and then these explosives will explode. And you get boosted a little bit. It's really finicky because you can die when you throw that nade, and you don't want that to happen. I mean, this is easy. Like, you shouldn't even be dying to begin with. So, but I got an okay launch, I guess. Now I got the boring required fighting section here. Important to note is that you have to pass those stairs
Till the hangar's clear.
It's one of the really weird triggers in this game. There are like really subtle things that speed up the game a little bit. Like passing those stairs as fast as possible or else these phantoms won't show up. It's kind of weird. There's also like triggers where you have to look at certain things just so that like it shows up faster or stand in a specific spot. Yeah. This fight isn't that complicated. You know, it's not random or anything. It's always the same enemies, so you just throw plasma grenades where they spawn. Oh, just, there you go.
I love it. Take it out before it picks us off.
Let's see. If the game was really nice, it'd be giving me some plasma grenades so I can have like full grenades for later on. I don't really need the spike grenades though, but I would like to have 2 frags and 2 plasma grenades for a later part of this level. And that should be fine. No, I threw it a little bit too early, but that's fine. Alright, let's try one of the many very difficult tricks. Oh, well, I tried it. There's a lot of tricks in this game that are not really big time savers, but they don't really lose you time to try them. I tried to do a little launch, or cone launch. Basically, you like throw a nade behind a traffic cone, and then it can hit you. And for some reason, the physics in this game allow, like, basically, just you go really fast when you get hit by like traffic cones sometimes, and I don't know. I'm not really sure why it does that, but
Sir,
whatever.
this way.
This is the drone fight. It's fun because enemy AI can make you lose 20 seconds here sometimes.
What the hell are those things, Sergeant?
You basically just hold your turret here at this little opening of this pipe until the drones stop spawning, and then you hope that the drones aren't playing hide and seek with you, but they are. That drone. Okay. Oh well, it wasn't actually that bad. Most of the time when you don't kill all the drones, you have to hope that the Marines kill the rest of the drones for you, but if you've ever played any Halo game ever, you'd know that the AI is extremely unreliable. There's a bigger chance that they'll kill me at some point in this run than that they'll actually kill like an enemy that needs to be killed. I can almost guarantee you that they're gonna kill me at some point in this run, actually. Right. This is a very important weapon in the speedrun, the gravity hammer. You'll see soon, in like 10 seconds, why it's important. Here's with the Cortana moment. You see a lot of these. I hope you're gonna get used to them. Am I gonna get a checkpoint? There we go. Went too fast and died. Try again. It's fine. It's difficult enough to go down this little walkway, pipe, tunnel thing, like in a straight line, so I'm fine with it. And then there's this fun launch, which is called the barrack skip or chasm launch. It basically skips this really boring walking section where you walk through, well, a barracks for like a full minute. It's very nice that you can just skip it. Because, as you can see, my Arbiter AI friend who's walking there, he's not even like halfway through it, and I'm just going up this elevator. It's a fun elevator.
Ma'am,
Alright.
I've got movement.
Some
Above ambulance.
cool fight.
Got jump pads.
The enemies here actually spawn in waves.
Shake them up.
When you kill 2 brutes, the brutes up top spawn, and then you kill 2 more brutes, and then the brutes in another area spawn. This is where I needed the nades, but my nade throws were extremely terrible, so I didn't really kill any of them. Oh well. Oh, these brutes never leave their little room here, like, quickly. You always have, like, 3 brutes still standing in that little room, but apparently they actually felt like leaving, but it's not going to be a good fight because I'm bad at nade throws, but, I guess it could have been worse. I guess it's fine. And then we just got some more fun walking. Got these drones.
I'll cover you.
They're kind of annoying, but they'll help me out later on in the run, so I'm happy that they exist, I guess. Try to do a little boost. Oh. You can get hit by that warthog a little bit, and it pushes you into this doorway. There's another launch. Of a weapon case. For some reason, it's kind of a weird bug. For some reason, that truck like spawns in midair if you do that launch sometimes, and it has a chance to almost splatter you. It almost splattered me once and killed me. It was, well, splattering kills something, but it almost killed me once. That was a terrible launch, but I didn't get a checkpoint, so I can't do it again. It's just a small one though, it's not a big deal. You just have to turn on this bomb, because we were trying to save this base from all these aliens here, the Covenant, before, but now we're apparently blowing it up. And this all happened in the span of like 7 minutes, I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know, I mean, that's not important. It's important that that our good friend, the Master Chief, which is the guy we're playing, is just the hero, you know? We don't need to actually talk about if the game or the story makes sense. I mean, the extent that I know or that I understand the story is that there's something called like the halos. Oh yeah, this is a fun trick. You basically melee and then you like lunge towards the little bugger drone thing, and then you hit reload, and then you just melee again, and you can do that like just infinitely, which basically just lets you, well, fly with the drone because you're, you know, lunging towards it constantly, and they fly a little bit faster than you walk, so it saves a little bit of time. We have one more launch, and then we go into this elevator, and then that's Crow's Nest. Oh, it's a fun level. I lost my train of thought.
This place will become your home.
I was probably not talking about anything interesting anyway.
This place will become your tomb.
I guess one thing I didn't explain at the start of the run is that you might notice that I'm using the in-game timer, and it's not necessary to use the in-game timer since like we time the game differently, but you might as well use the in-game timer. At least personally, I like it a lot because, you know, you have, you know, an indication of how good you're doing during a run without having splits up or anything. But it does technically lose you a little bit of time in real time, but we use a different method of timing where you just like, this game has like an in-game like film system, I guess, kind of like demos and like source games and stuff, or I guess gold source games and source games. But yeah, the little post-game score screen does lose you like half a second if you don't mash, but whatever. We do use the in-game timer for individual level runs, but you can technically time it with the theater film as well. It's whatever. It's not that important anyway. So this is Savo Highway. This is a very interesting level. You drive your Warthog, and as you can tell, it's extremely complicated. You hold the left thumbstick forward, and then you look to the left, to the right when you want to turn. There's a lot to it. You can honk, though. You can do something called a power slide, which is definitely going to make your Warthog flip, and I'm not going to do it in this run. Well, sometimes when your Warthog flips, it flips, you leave, then you're forced to leave the Warthog, and then it hits you and kills you, so I don't want to do that. I'd like to not make this run take longer than it needs to. Yeah. All right. So I need this gravity lift. You can pick up. It's in that little hut thing, but you can just like hug the wall and make it work. So. All right. I needed the grav lift for this little section. So, you know, this is the highway that, you know, the level's named after, I think. Savo Highway. At least I assume this is the highway to Savo.
Say again, Recon. You're breaking up.
It's like destroyed, and what they want you to do is they want you to continue on foot. But what you can just do is you can throw a grav lift in here and then just fly over it. You can technically like get between those two concrete barriers and then
Master Chief,
jump the gap that way, but it's kind of precise, and if you fail it, you look like a complete idiot. So I'm not gonna do that. You can go read a donation now.
We just got a 30 euro donation from Shady Salesman 1. Who says, let's get Cruel into that mustache? That has put us over the 250 euro mark at 252 euros and 22 cents. Thank you all so very much for your generosity, and especially Shady Salesman 1. Let's get up to 300. And we just got another one in 5 euros from Zeta, who says, we all want to see Cruel with the mustache, don't we? Good job in the marathon, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for your donations.
All right, for the end of this level, what you need to do is you need to kill the one grunt that's in here, and then you just have to destroy this barrier. Thought I missed that nade toss. That can be really painful because the other way to kill that little barrier thing is to walk up to it and shoot it. And then you have like a 10-second walk of shame. All right. Now we got Storm, which starts with 20 seconds of waiting, as every good Halo level.
Chief, the Prophet of Truth has found the Ark.
I'm gonna
Our only chance
try
of
to
stopping
line
it
up
is
a
a
little
surprise aerial assault.
really amazing
Near this
time
sector of
save.
Covenant anti-air
If you
defenses.
line it up properly and hold the right trigger, right when you leave the Warthog, you can immediately shoot the Warthog driver in the face, which is important because you want to drive the Warthog. There you go. Whoa, I went back into it. But if you kill him and then drive the Warthog, it's like a little bit faster than just walking your way up to this door. So, you know, it's a sacrifice, but he was for the speed, so it's fine. Level's now on a timer for a second because for some reason it takes like 15 seconds to load the next area. So I'm gonna get this ghost, stand in front of here, and then the game will freeze for a split second. Right there, and then it's done loading and I can open the door.
Kilo 2-3, this is forward unto dawn. I need a
This
sit
section
rep,
can
Commander.
get kind of fun because it's one of the It's one of the sections in this game where you have to kill a specific number of enemies to get a door to open to let you get to the next part of the level. But sometimes enemies don't die, and Marines are terrible at killing enemies, so you just have to wait in front of the door. It should be fine. Maybe? No, it's not. Okay, well that's too bad. You also have to kill the AA Wraith and 2 ghosts, but you also have to kill a couple other enemies, and the Marines are not really killing anything, so I guess we're gonna go slow. I guess we'll just kill this Wraith. And then get a loading? Maybe? Maybe? These Marines, okay, there you go. I really shouldn't rely on Marines to kill enemies, but they normally do. Not this time. can hit that button just by jumping up there. You're supposed to walk all the way around and get up there, but you just jump and hit the button. And you get a rocket launcher for a little optimization for this next section.
Gods and demons.
So one fun oversight in these Cortana moments. So the idea is that you move really slowly during the Cortana moments, even in vehicles. But they didn't account for you using the ghosts like little boost. So you can like go pretty fast in Cortana moments if you're just in a ghost and you use a boost, and it allows you to get out that door really quickly. So this is like a little pseudo wave firefight thing. You're supposed to kill these wraiths here, and that's what I use the rocket launcher for. Well, the idea is that you have to kill the ghosts, but the next wave doesn't spawn until these phantoms die. And you're not really supposed to kill them because they immediately fly away after dropping the ghosts, but if you use your rocket launcher and your missile turret, you can at least save a little bit of time. Though, you still kind of suck a little bit. The same applies for the second wave. You can go read a donation. Yeah.
We just got a €5.47 donation in from Robin saying, "Hi BSG, I had a fun time yesterday at the venue. Keep being cool and speedrunning games. Also, when is Ramon at BSG? Whenever they want, I suppose."
That was actually not that bad of a fight. Normally the missile turret is a lot more terrible when it comes to killing things. Normally I'd go and get or find a ghost to put over there. Oh, actually there's a ghost there. Yeah, it's not worth it. But we're waiting on this really fun vehicle or thing called like a scarab. It's supposed to be like a boss fight kind of thing, but it's not really. You just the idea is you're supposed to shoot its little knees there, which have super fun glowing weak points. But you can do instead is you can stand here and then jump like this, and you're just on top of it, and then you can shoot its core. It's not immediately vulnerable yet though, so to wait for a second. And there you go. And that's it. Oh. This was the section I was talking about when I said that Marines might kill you, because you could have seen a bunch of rockets hit the scarab, and it's a very uncommon or a very common occurrence that those rockets will not hit the scarab. They will hit you, kill you, and then you'll revert to checkpoint, and you'll be like 2 minutes like behind. Like it's a very interesting level. Like, really, your teammates are just very interesting. Did a little rocket jump there during the Cortana mode because you're invulnerable. It killed a bunch of Marines. They're angry at me, but since this is not legendary, they won't one-shot me. They'll just be kind of angry and they'll yell at me a little bit, but I don't really care. I just need to go fast. I'm gonna try to do a cone launch here. Yeah, I got it. So normally you set them up with nades, but in that specific case, it's very conveniently set up that you can just use a brute shot. Now it's just a bunch of walking until we make it to this little anti-air turret in the back. You need to just kill this little shield that it has, and you know, it's like you're supposed to walk up to it, but you can actually just use 2 fully charged plasma pistols to kill it instead if you have decent aim, which I don't apparently. I'll probably It's probably fine. Oh, I don't have enough stumps. Let me get. I'll probably get this one. That's unfortunate. Hopefully I don't get killed by the chieftain that's behind me, because he might. I'm getting moved around a whole lot. I'm just gonna go close to it, I guess, if it's not gonna work with me. Oh, or I just randomly hit a snipe anyway, by absolute chance. You should not clap for that. Alright. Ah, yes. Don't clap when I hit tricks. Clap when I miss tricks.
Of course.
This is a great crowd here.
Blame it on the crowd, not you missing the trick.
The
It's
flood,
not important.
spreading all over the city.
We don't have to talk about it.
How do we contain it?
Find the crashed flood ship.
We don't need to talk
Overload
about the
its engines.
JSR community.
We either destroy the city or risk losing the entire planet.
Alright, so this is Floodgate. Has a bunch of fun hammer launches. But okay, well that one's not gonna happen. But that's fine. That one's really inconsistent anyway. What you want to do is you want to like throw a nade and then make the box roll a bunch and then do a launch off of it. But it's really finicky since, you know, the box can just go wherever it wants after you throw the nade. You could do this one though. Just throw a little spike grenade to change its angle a little bit, and then you go down here. And there's another one off of the same black box that you saw at the start of this level. Oh, nice. That's good aim. Okay. If you get really lucky, or if you do kind of a jump just before you launch, you can actually make it like all the way into this little hallway thing. Here's a really cool Cortana skip. Whoa, if I can make it into this doorway. There you go. If you even barely slip off of one of those little weapon cases, you'll immediately hit that Cortana moment. It's a little similar to the Stereo 117 one, though a lot more difficult. You just have to like toss a nade and then hope that the case, you know, doesn't fall over when you throw that nade, and then you can just barely leave that room without hitting the trigger. And now we just have some, there are some launches I could do here, but they're really annoying because you can just hit a wall and immediately die, and this level's pretty infamous for not giving any checkpoints ever, so I'm gonna elect to not do them. There's one over here where you just, like, you want to, you know, make it into this little gap here, but if you hit the left or the right or this wall or that or any of these boxes in the way, you might just get insta-killed. You can do this one though. Throw like a spike grenade into those boxes, they like fall apart into smaller boxes for some reason. Up here. And then this one can actually kill me, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay. Cool. If I was really ballsy, I would do a deployable cover launch or a trip mine launch, like off of those boxes to make it over this gap. But again, if I die, I'm gonna lose like 2 minutes probably. So I'm just gonna not do that. And you can go read a donation.
We got 10 euros in from DonnieF88 saying, Don here from the space. Could not make it today, but I've been watching this for a few hours. Great runs. Good luck, everyone.
Do not.
Thank you so much for your donation, Don.
I am peace.
Alright, this
I
is
am
a grave mine moment. It's basically just like a Cortana moment, but instead of it being blue, it's like dark green, and you hear this guy with a, I don't know, really weird voice, I don't know, taunting you or something. Again, it probably has something to do with, you know, the very interesting lore behind this game, but I don't feel like reading 10 books, so I'm not gonna bother.
and see.
There is a lot of lore to this game though. There's like a crap ton of like books and graphic novels. There's a lot, but I don't care. Sorry. I just don't. I also did a trick there that I didn't mention. I just did a little slide jump and then like the grave mine moment. You triggered a grave mine moment, but the end of the level is when you hit B by that little thing. I don't know what it is, but you have to hold B. So the hold B machine thing that ends the level, which lets you so if you just slide jump towards it, you can just skip the little boring waiting. This is Ark. Every Halo 3 runner's favorite level because you have to deal with a lot of AI. You have to deal with a lot of, well, just random time losses. It's just a really fun level. It's been mostly figured out now how most of the triggers work, but there's still some problems. Luckily, this part's easy. I got lucky. I got an equipment I can jump off of in midair, but it's a really small optimization here. Do a jump right here off of this. Just do a little jump off of the deployable cover, and then you just, just skip walking up the hill normally. That jump looks, like the timing of that equipment jump looks like maybe really tight, but it's actually pretty easy. Like you can pick that up. Like it's just, in the dead point of your jump, you just throw it on your feet and then jump. Just doing a little nade jump to do this slide jump that I missed. Nice. Here's one of the first fun parts of the arc. So, using this mongoose, right, to drive, and you think, oh, this is probably gonna be fine, but look, look at this. I held forward, and nothing really bad happened, but randomly my mongoose dipped to the side, tipped over, and then the prowler hit it and pushed me all the way back. Don't really get it, but whatever. At least I managed to get this ghost, because if you get really screwed over, that little grunt walks into the ghost before you can get it, and then you have to do even more walking. So here's a really subtle trick. So instead of driving around this little rock formation hill thing, I actually drive up it, and then try to hug the right here as much as possible. And normally, there should be enemies here, but there aren't any enemies because I skipped a trigger, and it also, oh, I didn't line that up properly, and I skipped a trigger that loads some enemies and also deloads some enemies. And if I get lucky, and by lucky I mean very lucky, you might see some interesting things in like a minute and a half-ish. Here I just have to kill a bunch of enemies. If I was good at sniping, I'd headshot both these brutes. Oh, I actually got the headshots. That's nice. Just have to kill most of the enemies here. And then these ghosts. Oh, actually, sniping isn't actually terrible. This is amazing. We killed this AA Wraith. Move the ghost over here. So, this is one of those really subtle triggers. If you look at the sky, this little Forward Unto Dawn ship will spawn or show up a little bit faster. We didn't know that for the longest time, so for like the last, well, not last 2 years, I mean, like a year ago, you'd just like kind of jump around, and sometimes you'd lose 10 seconds, sometimes you'd lose 15 seconds, and sometimes you'd suddenly be ahead. It's very nice find. I think Tadanza found that, so thanks for that. Thank you for actually finally taking the effort to look at the triggers of this game, so we can actually, figure stuff out. So the Xbox 360 is having some problems, loading everything, because because I skipped that trigger earlier, there's a lot of enemies earlier in the level that are still alive, and the 360 doesn't really like that. So if I get lucky, which I did actually, this is amazing. There's a lot of enemies that are missing in this section because there's, you know, too many enemies alive. So I can just kind of drive up here, go straight over here, and then wait for this phantom here to show up, and whoa, I kill it with this fuel rod cannon. And you can only do that when you get this little deload. I almost got like the perfect deload because there's a really fun bug that can happen with this trick, where the phantom that drops that wraith that I'm like looking at over there, isn't manned, so you just see the phantom like fall down and just clip into the ground, and like just it's pretty interesting. But this is just as good of a deload, and it saves a lot of time. Normally you'd be killing a lot of enemies like in this section before you could even get to this phantom. Now we wait for this door to open. Oh, actually, it actually didn't take 5 years. This is actually, amazingly enough, a pretty decent arc. I'm surprised, because there's a lot that could have messed me up, but it's nice. So, let me tell you about this vehicle. So this is the chopper, right? Looks pretty cool, but it's a terrible vehicle. If I get really unlucky here, I might take a turn that's just a little bit too sharp, and I might just lose complete control of my chopper at some point. I'm doing okay for now, but if I do just the smallest thing wrong, this thing might just flip over. It's worse than like any of the other vehicles in this game. Like, literally, if you just, I don't know, if you get hit by anything, it's gonna flip over twice, and somehow you're gonna be driving backwards. Like this! Amazing, isn't it? Hopefully I can still do this trick. Similar to the thing I did in Storm, where I jumped on top of the scarab, but this one's a little bit more difficult because you actually have to make it to the scarab in time. Get messed up, and then you throw a grav lift, and you can jump on. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's sometimes like you're just a little too late with the timing, and I timed it wrong, so oh well. You can just drive on top of it, or that can happen. You see, I got hit by, like, you like barely brushed past me, and I fell out of it and got splattered, like, and again, it flipped over. Yeah, I can definitely do that. If I don't get hit by anything again, but it makes no sense. You didn't even really run into me, and I just flipped over and died immediately. Oh well. Oh, it did. This is such a good vehicle. Actually, I might actually still make it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty annoying because the timing can be kind of iffy. But there's a weird thing here where you have to stand with your chopper like right here, like hugging this wall when the scarab explodes, and you'll get a little loading thing. Yeah, there you go. I'm not really sure why, but that makes the level progress a little bit faster. And we just have to go drive up here and cross our fingers that one of these brutes drops a deployable cover. That one didn't. We also have to kill these jackals here. Or maybe this one will drop a deployable cover. He didn't. Okay, well, I have a couple more chances to get a deployable cover, but I don't have faith. Nah, I'll have. There's probably enough Marines. Now I just have to wait for this Pelican to show up. and drop the Arbiter, which is that alien dude that's like been talking to us in the comms, and then these Marines. This male Marine, he sadly has to die because if he's alive, he's gonna talk to this little ball, 343 Guilty Spark. He's gonna talk to him. He's gonna get a laser shot in his face. It takes 15 seconds. It's boring. So we just kill him so we don't have to wait on his shenanigans. Now I just have some movement stuff. In a second, I'm gonna try to kill a couple brutes, and if I'm lucky, it'll drop a deployable cover, which will save some time later in this level, but who knows. Oh, the first one immediately dropped it. Alright, this is apparently my lucky day. Alright, then we just have to walk over here, and we have to hit this switch, and if you're fancy, you can hit the switch and then jump off the map, but the cutscene saves you.
Chief, you got a whole mess of hostile air inbound.
I sadly can't do a really cool idea for a trick where you would just jump down there and do like a little deployable cover jump to break the fall timer. Actually, I never explained the fall timer, but you can't actually jump all the way down there because if you hit the ground, you immediately die because, you know, the developers of this game weren't being nice. I'll explain the fall timer in a second when I finish this. So what I needed the deployable cover for is for this ending fight here of this level. I need to kill this guy first, and then you throw a deployable cover in here, and it blocks those enemies from entering the rest of the level. And the reason why that's important is because after you kill these brutes here, that area that they're standing in actually like gets deloaded, and what happens when, you know, that room gets deloaded, anything that's inside of it also deloads. So all those brutes, I don't even have to bother killing. Or actually, it's when these two jackals over here die. Or... oh. Apparently, I didn't kill that. Give me a second. Alright, now... I should be spawning. And then another one. Okay. Alright. And that should be it. Unless the level's soft locked. But it depends on... or actually it might just be that they made it out. It can, the deployable cover can be kind of crappy sometimes. Let's see. I don't see any brutes. It might have soft locked. Sometimes one of the invisible brutes like stands like, I don't know, it's sometimes soft locks the level. Oh no, he's standing right on the side of the global cover. I'm glad that wasted time. Well, I didn't have to kill all the other invisible brutes. I only had to kill one, and there's like 5 of them in that room, so I guess it's fine. I guess I'll say it's fine. It's fine. That's the level. Just wait to just stand there. You don't actually have to go into the Pelican. If you jump into the Pelican, the level never ends. Which is kind of fun. So this is Covenant. It's a trick basically at the start of this level. It's called the God Laser. It's not that godly. It's not that hard to pull off, but I'll probably miss it now that I said it. Uses laser, you kill some grunts, and after a couple grunts, these enemies back here will spawn, and if you line it up properly, which I can't tell on this monitor, I did line it up properly, you'll kill a bunch of enemies that spawn back there. I got kind of lucky. I could barely, I was not paying attention to where I was aiming. But there's a, that's, can I make this jump? Yeah. There's a bunch of enemies back there that spawn like all at the same time, and that laser just takes them all out. And laser this, and you hope that the Marines have killed as many grunts as possible. Yes, okay. That was an okay fight. And then,
Hold position.
Alright.
I'm on my way.
like,
Shipmaster,
basically this guy, this enemy here that's dead, is a real pain in the ass to kill. So I'm glad that you can just laser him to death, and that power drain he has can be quite useful as well. All right, we're gonna use the Warthog to drive. You might think that the Mongoose is faster, but it's actually not. Even though the Mongoose is, you know, smaller, so you'd think it goes fast, but the Warthog actually goes really fast downhill. So you save a lot of time on the Mongoose when you're going down this hill the second time, or yeah, you can go downhill all the way back. So I said I was gonna explain the fall timer. So the fall timer might come into play later. It's a little feature, I guess, that basically if you fall too long, or in some cases the game doesn't like you, it'll just kill you when you're falling. I'm not really sure what it exactly is for. I guess just so they don't have to put death barriers everywhere, but it can be kind of annoying when you try to do certain tricks later on in the game. And you can also just, like, sometimes the fall timer just glitches up and you're in, like, the air for, like, a second and immediately die. That happens, too. Just a little, small little jump here to get to this elevator early. For some reason, the top of this little thing you can stand on. No clue why. And then go get these guys.
Get inside that tower. Take it down.
He has invulnerability, which he sometimes turns on. That chieftain, which is that weird liney thing that he has on him now. So now I have to. Oh, I actually wore off. Okay. Then I can just back smack him.
Chief, find the tower controls and shut it down.
And that's the first fight. Could have been a lot worse. I've had really bad fights there before.
Just about to. That's two. It's all up to Johnson's team now. Get back
Just wait for this
outside,
elevator
Chief.
to go
Wait for
down.
transport. Johnson, come in. Over.
So I have no clue why that's solid, but it is. So whatever.
I'm on my way.
Negative. Fire's too heavy. Everyone fall back.
Sergeant Major. Johnson, can you hear me?
So actually, one other nice advantage of using the Warthog is that the Warthog actually stays after you finish, you know, the fight, the first fight. With the Mongoose, it deloads. I'm not really sure why it works that way. The game has some very interesting, I guess, ways of working around things, but oh, that Mongoose is there. But I guess that's nice. But yeah, this Warlock goes really fast downhill. I mean, not like it'll outrun like a ghost, and a ghost has boosts, so I actually have to slow down here so I don't flip my Warthog. Alright. Oh. Oh. Now we have a fun 1 minute flying section, which is here for a reason. Yeah, we're just gonna hold forward. You can actually, if you're really ballsy and feeling, yeah, just extremely lucky, you can try and jump out of this Hornet and hijack one of these Banshees. But I don't have a death wish, so I'm not gonna do that. There's really cool videos of it up on YouTube, though. There's a lot of like cool IL or segmented only strats that are in this game. Should also definitely check out Halo 3 Unsegmented when it actually comes out. It's a cool segmented run. That's gonna come out some point ever. It's been worked on for like 4 years, so who knows when it's gonna come out, but it'll happen someday.
Chief, clear an LZ, then get inside the tower.
Alright. This is fun. Sometimes, yep, you see those random grenades exploding? Those can kill you. They didn't kill me this time, but I've had some very frustrating moments where you just want to get like, you just want to pick up one of the brute shots and spike grenades just go off and kill you. It's one of the many really fun ways this game manages to kill you on easy difficulty. So when, you know, you see someone, you know, in a Halo chat talking about like talking about how like, you know, easy difficulty is made for someone who like is like it was made with a dev who like wanted to beat the game with only his face, with only his like face to use the controller, but this game still kills you. I know it's supposed to be easy, but
And the barrier will fall.
wait, what? Can I?
Hit the switch, Chief, and the barrier will
What?
fall.
I just hit the switch and it didn't do anything. Okay, well, all right, that makes sense. That has actually definitely never happened before, which is quite amazing because I've been playing this game like or speedrunning this game off and on for like 4 years. So you'd think that I've seen it all, but that switch not working, that's something new. You could do a box launch here. What is block? You could do a box launch here, but I don't want to die. And also, the box was set up in a really bad spot. I'll try to do a little nade jump. Maybe, barely? Oh, sorry. I missed it. Sorry, Kyle. It's one of the... Let's not do this. It's one of those fun little minor optimizations. They only save like half a second to like a second, but I don't know. They're kind of nice. We have some more driving. You know, trying to not flip over and die as usual. We'll probably be fine though.
Citadel inside. Troops are mobilizing everything they've
I
got.
might flip over when I make this jump, but we'll probably be fine. Or not. No. Okay. Well, at least I didn't flip over and then fall off the cliff. Alright, now we have the double scarab fight. I'm gonna just do it the boring, simple way, where you... Oh, that's not the boring, simple one. Just go into the Hornet, just kill it. You can actually do something really cool where you, instead of just using the Hornet and its rockets to kill the scarabs, you actually go inside of it and... Whoa. This is coming down. So we'll eventually die. Aiming with the Hornet is really miserable though. Okay, there we go. But you can actually, if you kill it really fast, it'll like, the scarab will like temporarily disappear and then reappear. And what you can do is you can actually, you know, like go inside of the scarab, then kill it really quickly, and then when it disappears and reappears, it actually like hits you with a lot of force. And if you're really lucky, it can actually like launch you into the other scarab. Which also there's a really good YouTube video of. It's called Scarab the Scarab, and you should definitely, at home, you should definitely check it out because it's probably one of the coolest segmented strats out there. So Yarber's gonna talk. I don't want him to talk, so I'm gonna kill him. And hopefully, yeah, okay, there you go. Sometimes he talks in death. I'm not really sure how that works, but he does that. Here's also a really subtle trick. You're not supposed to drive this Warthog inside of this building, but if you leave it just before you hit the little invisible barrier that blocks it from entering, it can actually go through it because that barrier only blocks the Warthog when you're inside of it. So if it has the momentum to like go through it, you can get it inside, which saves a little bit of time. But you get this really weird blue shit here. I don't know. Alright. Let's set up this little launch here. Should be fine. Yeah, okay, that's good. There you go. That's one of the cooler launches in the later game, or later parts of the game. I just skipped the trigger. Because that door is open. Okay, the door's closed. Okay, that's good. Yeah, there's like a bunch of triggers on this bridge, and if you do that launch, you can sometimes jump over one. And then you can't progress. There's this hammer. Oh, add 1 more energy. I expected it to have like 80 or something, so I could, you know, it was actually worth it. But I got 1 more energy, which I guess is 1 more swing. Oh well. Some cool launches at the end of this level actually as well that are coming up, so this is actually like probably the coolest section in the later part of the game.
I can barely keep hold of it, Chief. No way I
First
can
we have
pick you up.
some more walking though.
Head back to the lift. Find a way down.
These can get out of my way, that'd be great. Alright. Jump up. No. We're gonna get hit by flood. We're gonna no. Don't launch towards the flood, thank you. We're gonna jump up here. And then we're gonna go over to this box. And we're gonna launch. Like that. Just so you know, like, I've never really bothered to explain how launching works with the hammer, but that's because it's literally as easy as it looks, or like it's as simple as it looks. There's like a lot of subtleties with aiming a little bit, but really it's just you look at a box, you swing your hammer, and that's it. It's really that simple. I hope I don't get killed by that little popcorn flood over there, because these actually do a lot of damage when they explode. They can take off like your entire shield. Like if you get hit by one of those, that's probably like the only spot you're actually gonna die in this game, like by actual enemies, not by, you know, you jumping off the map or getting splattered or, you know, Marines killing you with rocket launchers. Alright. Now we have Cortana, and this is the only level where carryovers are actually important. So in most Halo 3 levels, you start with, you know, like the same weapons every time, but some levels you actually keep the weapons you had from the last level, and for this one that can be quite useful, because normally you spawn with a shotgun and an assault rifle, but now, you know, you can spawn with nades and with a gravity hammer, and if the game works with me, you can actually get a little bit of a skip here. If you make it into this hole, if I can walk just... yeah, there you go. So as you can see, I don't have a HUD. It's not how that works. I actually hit the little Cortana moment while the Grave Mine moment was still playing, and the game doesn't really know how to handle it, so it just doesn't play the Cortana moment. Sometimes instead of like playing, like instead of just not like slowing you down and stuff, sometimes it like plays half of it. It's kind of weird, but it's a pretty nice trick. This level has a lot of like Cortana moments and Grave Mine moments. It's why it's pretty universally hated in the the casual community, I guess, if you can call it that. Speedrunners for some reason really like this level, but I don't like it. Maybe that's because I'm a casual. I don't know. Alright. Gonna pick up a hammer here, because the game is nice enough to just give you a full 100 energy hammer just out of nowhere. Move this box a little bit with the carbine and then try to launch off of it. That was actually pretty terrible. I shouldn't have even missed that. Most of the time when you do that launch, you kind of bounce around a bunch, but I just missed it in general. Oh well, it's fine. That launch doesn't really save that much time anyway.
Just my mother's shadow.
This deployable cover is very convenient. There's a lot of very convenient weapon pickups in this level. Almost like they knew that we wanted these weapons for a speedrun. I'm just gonna do some hammer swings during this Cortana moment, just to give me a little bit of a, I guess, a head start. Because the only thing it does, or the game does when this like Cortana moments or grave mind moments are triggered, is just slow down your own movement. Like explosions still give you the same amount of momentum, so you have the same force, I guess. So this is called the Hell Room. It's hell because that might look really easy, but those enemies are ready, just ready to ruin your life. Because there have been many runs where I tried to do that simple sequence of jumps, but like a flood would just jump into me and then just throw me all the way back down or something. It can get really cruel at times. So I would do a launch here, but I don't have nades. It's here. You can use that box and like use a nade to prop it up a little bit and then launch off of it, but I don't have any nades because I forgot, so I'm just gonna walk it. Alright, some fun gray mine moments here. If I go fast enough, I can skip the next one. No, I'm not gonna make it. Oh well. This is speedrunners, everyone's favorite little Cortana moment because of the serial number that she recites. Because there's some runners that like showing off that they have amazing memory, that they can remember like a 9-character combination. I'm not calling out anyone.
There's 2 of us in here.
I'm calling out people, but it's fine. They'll understand it. I'm just joking. Maybe. Oh well. And then some more. Yeah, he does this scream. I don't get this. Why this is part of the game, but it's for the story, you know? That interesting story that everyone plays the Halo games for. I mean, I definitely played this game for the story. That's why all I did for the first 3 years of playing this game was play multiplayer.
Reactor, start a chain reaction. Destroy High Charity.
These Flood could get out of my way. Thank you. Alright. I want to kill these little reactor things. Luckily, there's not much to it. You can just shoot them with the brute shot. Simple. I'll have to wait for them to like blow up and this door to open here. Because they're basically just like backtracking now. Like we found what we wanted and now I want to just go back. I'm going to try a really... Oh, no. I tried to do a really unimpressive looking trick. If you walk just a little bit slower than normal, you can like land in the top part of this little area, and it allows you to set up for a really nice slide jump. That's fine. Alright. So, if you paid attention when we played this level, you know that we dropped down a little hole, and you think, you know, there's no way, like, you need to go another way up, but oh, if you miss it, you know, you look like a dumbass, but let's just revert. Or, actually, that might have been a bad decision. That was a bad decision, but I guess I'll just It's fine. But there's you basically just jump up the hole with a little equipment jump.
We need
Back.
to buy some time.
Oh,
This reactor,
it's fine.
Start a chain reaction. Destroy high
It's kind of a
purity.
neat jump anyway. And I was about to run out of stuff anyway, so it's actually good because now I get to do another fun trick as well. And I get to have another attempt at the super fun walk-off strat. Pioneered by legendary Halo 3 speedrunner HiipFire. Let's try this again.
You heard it, Chief.
I got it. Saw how difficult that looked?
Destroy the
It's
flood once and for all.
it's hilariously difficult for like how easy it looks, but it's actually really difficult to, well, not really difficult, but it's like it's deceptively difficult is what I'm trying to say. But I actually hit it, so that's nice. Only saves like a second, but whatever. It's fine. I'll just kill all the flood instead of trying to cut corners this time. Get rid of all of these. Oh. There you go. It saves a little bit of time. You're supposed to walk like all the way around. You can see the exit for that little section over here on the left. But saves you just, you know, like a couple seconds. Alright, I'm gonna try to pull off the chap strat, which is a very simple little jump here that I missed. I'm gonna revert because I'm gonna hit this. It saves like half a second, but it's important that you hit it, even though it's not that easy. Let's just do it the boring way, the unaided way, like that. It saved just as much time as you might have, or you might be thinking. It saved none. And that's basically Cortana. You guys can go read a donation now.
We just got a donation from Shady Salesman 1 again, who says, "They say I'm not too good at math, but I believe this brings the total up enough to hit Cruel's incentive. Keep doing what you're doing for a great cause." This donation is €52.31. And Sandwich10 just came in with the MVP donation, €2.31, saying, "Let's get Cruel and Jasper to share the mustache. PogChamp!" Thank you both for your super generous donations.
Okay. So this is the final level of Halo 3. This is Halo. It's very original, but it's well, it's actually kind of a unique level. It's the only real instance of like firefight, like yeah, real firefight, like wave-based fighting, which is kind of neat. It's, I don't know, it's kind of cool, I guess. There's not a lot of interesting fighting in this game. There's just a lot of like movement optimization. Well, unless you play Legendary, but I don't play Legendary. It's a bad difficulty. I don't know if you've ever played this game on Legendary, but it's bad. It's pretty bad. Fun little jump. You can jump up here. Oh, no, that's not how you jump up there. You do it with a nade, but for some reason I threw a plasma grenade. But you can see, actually you can't really see, but basically you have to walk like up every level, every individual level of this little tower. But instead you can do this little jump. There you go. Which just makes you go up the tower this way. And if you line up this rocket here, over here, and then shoot it, it will kill our good boy Sergeant Johnson, you know, the good old important character to the story. It will skip some dialogue later, but it's important that we kill him. Very important. And now we just have some fighting. I'm just gonna put like the little equipment auto turrets on the right, so they'll just kill stuff for me on the right, while I have to deal with the left.
Well, we are finally
Hopefully my aim won't be garbage, but it'll probably be fine. Yeah, go read that donation.
Here is a donation for €6.02 from Saito Wing Duck saying, I am the shadow that flaps in the night. I am the annoying mustache that is scratching my girlfriend while kissing. I am Mustache Wing Duck. Hope everyone is enjoying BSG. Well, I am now, so that's good. Thank you so much for that donation.
That was definitely worth the €6 or whatever it was. This thing dies. Nice. Yes. I really wish I could like shoot these little spider flood, but I don't get these enemies. They're terrible, and I think they're just I don't get them. They don't seem to really die from anything. That beatdown did not kill that flood. Alright. That's it, I think? Yep, there you go. So normally, Sergeant Johnson would jump down and have a little talk about opening the door, but instead it just skips it. And Sergeant Johnson would be walking with us, but instead he just magically spawns over here.
Do I take life?
Or not? Wait, what? Oh no, he's right. Oh, he already spawned there. What the hell? That's not right.
It's trying to
But yeah,
rebuild
he's
itself
magically
on
already
this
here.
rate.
And once again, he dies for the speedrun, because I need this laser. That gravity hammer actually stays after this little... This is the only actual boss fight in this game. So I put it down in a convenient spot so I can get it on my way out. So this is a boss fight. Or at least, it technically is a boss fight. You don't really do anything. Like, he has this weird shield thing that's pushing you back, and he shoots you with his sentinel beam, but doesn't really do anything. He taunts you a little bit, and then Sergeant Johnson takes out his laser and just shoots him in the face. And there he goes. We do actually have to kill him ourselves, though, and because we took his laser, like we killed him and then took his laser. We actually have two lasers here. Normally you're not supposed to be able to hold two of the same weapon, but this laser that you hold that he gives you in this boss fight actually has infinite ammo, and the other one doesn't. So for some reason the game thinks that it's two different lasers, just because, yeah, whatever.
Speed police.
I am sorry.
All right, this run is now a casual playthrough. All right, well, there's no really like super cool speed tricks really, but the signature end to a Halo game is still in this game. Just like in Halo 1, we're gonna drive for 4 minutes, and it actually does have tricks. Unlike in Halo 1, where they just kind of like do like 360s and like flips and shit, we're actually gonna have tricks. We're actually doing things. Amazingly enough. I wish I could do 360s in this game though, but you can't really. The Warlock physics are actually good in this game. I picked up the invulnerability for a good reason, because I'm gonna boost off of these little popcorn flood here. Because obviously with invulnerability you don't have to worry about dying. And they actually give a decent speed boost.
There, Johnson's
There's a
work-
lot of like small little flood there, so it's actually really important that you kill them, or else they will definitely
Come on,
kill
Spartan.
you.
Go, go, go!
Alright, now we're gonna drive. Now we're gonna have a very dramatic, like 4.5 minutes of driving. It's very intense, or at least they want you to think it's really intense. Like, you know, you're just, you know, driving a little bit, and then there's explosions. There's an explosion over there. There's an explosion over here. There's an explosion over there. I'm not really sure why they think that this is important, but a lot of explosions. Do this little jump. It actually skips a little trigger that spawns some enemies here, so you won't trip over flood and die or something, which is nice. There's probably a story reason as to why everything's blowing up, but I don't really know. It's probably not important. This is some simple driving. Obviously, you want to make sure you're driving downhill as much as possible, so you know, keep as much speed. Not getting owned. The actual speed tricks will happen, or actual speed trick will happen, or you'll, I don't know words. You'll see it in the next little looping spire thing. Actually, one thing about this section, you see these like robot guys, the sentinels. You can actually get a boost off of them if you shoot you in the back like this. But there's actually something really fun that can happen. If the Arbiter shoots one of the Sentinels and it falls down in front of you, when they die and explode, they actually, like, there's a lot of force to that explosion. So your Warthog can just flip. The Sentinel will die, fall down, explode in front of your Warthog, you'll flip, and you might just fall off, like, the platform here and die. Luckily it didn't happen. So here's some more explosions, and you can just, like, if you build up enough speed, you can just skip this little spire. And then just some driving to the end. Well, actually, just this driving. Still explosions. Still don't know why it's happening. I think Cortana was trying to explain it to us at some point, but I wasn't listening. I hope that nobody else was listening either. Exactly. Fun jump. Something fell over. More explosions. I flipped over my Warthog. This is a good vehicle still. Something that's actually kind of weird thing about this Warthog is if you enter the Warthog, the Arbiter immediately teleports into it. Like, if like the Warthog, or if like I got him off of the turret and then he fell off the map, and then I entered the Warthog again, he would just be in this turret again. It's actually kind of weird. So, contrary to what I thought was the case for like the first 2 years I ran this game, the top route here is actually faster. I don't know why, but it's faster, so I took the top route. I guess it's because of this little hill going down, gives you a little bit of speed. And then approaching the end, in 10 seconds, we're going to do a very exciting jump, and then the game will be over. And then we will have finished the fight, or whatever, you know, whatever they were talking about at the end of Halo 2. And there's the jump, and we go in, and it's gone. GG. That's it. Time. That's the run.
Fixed.
That time, I mean, it's underestimate, I guess. That's all I need. And that's it. There are interesting stuff, but whatever.